Capricorn. So I ran out of time in October to get the rest of the readings done for the month of October. So I'm going to start out with you Capricorns, be Capricorns, Aquarius, and Pisces that are coming up. So Capricorn, I'm really sorry that I didn't get the reading out to you. Unfortunately, I just had so many things going down. I was wrapping up so many things in the month of October that it just didn't happen. So here we go. We are going to start today with your reading for the first half of November of 2019. So I'm going to ask for Archangel Michael, gods and goddesses, angels and guides, if you can please be present to help me know what is the most important thing that the collective Capricorn needs to know for November the 1st through the 15th, 2019. This would be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Capricorn from the 1st of November to the 15th of November, 2019. I have pulled out my Sarah Marchetti cards, and I haven't used them in quite some time. They are Tarot of Dreams, and I just love the depictions on them. They're just beautiful. I've started quite the collection of cards, so decks and such. So I am forgetting about my tried and true that I used at the beginning. So these are the cards that I'm using today. They're by Sarah Marchetti. Beautiful depictions. His cards always have beautiful depictions, and this is the Tarot of Dreams that I'm using for you today. Anything you need to know is down in the description. If you could go ahead and leave me a comment, that would be amazing. If you would like to subscribe and be part of our little family here that we've created on 10 of Cups Tarot. My name is Elsie and I'm your reader. And thank you if you have clicked here, and I hope you'll subscribe before you leave. There also is a bell that you can click on that will allow you to be notified anytime a reading comes up that you may be interested on my channel. Okay. I'm gonna cut. Are you ready? First card is the strongest, right? There we go. And we are with the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords comes in quickly with passionate messages. It is also to talk, because air, the swords are an air sign, and air sign is about communication. So someone is going to communicate love messages. But if you'll take a look at that card, you'll see that the Knight of Swords is really in a hurry. He's in a hurry, so I would assume that this is coming quickly for you. Let's find out who wants to talk to you, though. Oh, you have a 7 of Cups. That is confusion. It can be confusion, apprehension, not wanting to make a decision or not being able to make a decision because you have so much to choose from. It can be just looking at the overall picture rather than looking at it piece by piece. There are 7 cups here, and they are all filled with something of use. So one has, for instance, jewelry. You'll see the one that has jewelry. There's one that has keys, which I'm assuming are answer. There is one with a serpent. So depending on what you choose, you could get bitten, and you could have something great come for you. But it looks like right now you're in the confusion, in a little bit of confusion about talking about a relationship. Now that could be a friendship relationship, that could be a love relationship, it could be a relationship with someone at work. We haven't gotten far enough into this reading here to know. Look here, I'm trying not to throw cards around. 6 of Cups. The Six of Cups is usually about things coming back from the past. Now, the thing is this, if you'll Google it, you'll know that Mercury retrograde is right around the corner. So you'll know that Mercury retrograde brings back things that are unfinished business. So this could be a soulmate that's coming back. This could be somebody from the past that's just coming back to make amends with you, or for you to make amends with them. So these are, I would say, confusion exists in the realm of unfinished business. So not really knowing what needs to come first, I guess. Not really knowing what to tackle first is the confusion. Looks like love will be tackled first. So this is the phallic symbol, right? This is the Ace of Wands, and usually this is the new beginning of passion. So, or beginning of new passion is probably the best way to say it. This could be confusing you. You could be confused as to whether you want to actually go through that or not. And it could be with a soulmate. So it could be a soulmate, but it could also just be from someone from your past. And when I say from the past, I mean that, you know, your past is last month, last year. Your past is, you know, when you were in junior high school. So anything that is not now is essentially in your past. We've got the Emperor. So the Emperor is the person who is commanding empires. The Emperor is a father. He is someone who is a business owner. He is someone, if he's not owning a business, he is someone running a business, like a CFO, a CEO. This guy here just makes sure that everybody in the kingdom has what they need. He doesn't want to see any poverty. He doesn't want to see people not working for their worth. He just keeps everything moving in the kingdom. He's the money guy. He's the guy who makes the decisions. He can be a little rough around the edges, but he is commanding, and you will know him when he walks in the room. So what I see here is, so the Emperor is, by the way, this is the card of Aries, and this is a fire card. So this card is also possibly Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, and the Cups cards, those are water or emotion, and those are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So we have the Emperor, just reading it backwards. We have the Emperor who is bringing passion from the past, and it's confusing because you want to talk about it before anything else goes down, and it looks like that communication is coming in pretty quickly as well, because that horse is on its way. So coming up under the Knight of Swords is the World. So look at that. You'll be closing an old chapter and opening a new one. Closing the old chapter meaning your life is going to be different than it ever was. So you're going to be shutting the door on what used to be, and you're going to be opening the door on something brand new. That's coming up right under your Knight of Swords. So this conversation that's coming in, Capricorn, it could be a conversation that changes your life. It could be something that changes your love life. We do have the Seven of Cups here, and we're going to draw a card under the Seven of Cups, and that is the Nine of Swords. You see how terrified she looks here. The Nine of Swords is all about anxiety and depression and sadness. It's about not really having the answer and being worried about what's coming up. You can't see it, and you know, it looks dark, and you're scared. You're just scared to make the wrong decision is all. So I am, you know, and that absolutely makes sense, because look, the confusion is here, and underneath is the card of the Nine of Swords. That's going to keep you up at night. You're going to be tossing and turning, you know, not really knowing what to do. You're not really getting into REM sleep, so you're going to be getting exhausted. Confusion and not knowing what to do will do that to you. And it's keeping you up at night, essentially. It almost looks like you're scared of something as well. This card, the depiction of this card shows, you know, it shows the moon. It shows a tree that sort of has you can see the limb here that sort of looks like a hand She's looking directly at that and looks pretty scared. The moon is being hidden by this tree trunk here, and you can see the 9 swords are in the tree trunk. So she's not only confused and sad and, you know, depressed, she's also scared to make the wrong decision. So coming up under the 6 of Cups is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is the emotional king. He is the king of water, and he is also a king, so he's running his own kingdom, and he's running it in a way that's very emotional. So he's very much about taking care of people and making sure they have what they need emotionally in terms of, do you have someone to talk to? Do you have a companion? So he's really going to make sure that everybody has what they need emotionally. He's also the emotional king, so he's going to wear his heart on his sleeve. He's going to command from a place of heart over mind instead of mind over heart, because he is very emotional. So he's making a lot of heartfelt decisions. Coming up under the Ace of Wands is the 8 of Wands, which means that this love that's coming in, this passion, could be coming in very quickly. So these wands are, they could be love. I mean, it's based off this card, right? They're kind of connected to each other in the reading here. So it could be that messages of love are going to be coming in quickly. If you've been waiting for the King of Cups or for the Emperor to come in to have a conversation with, it looks like that conversation is going to happen, and it could happen soon. The King of Cups is the king of water or emotion, and so that is the king, and he is, this card is either Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. The other one is a fire sign, which is, this is actually the card of Aries. So, passion coming in quickly. Be aware that when passion comes in quickly, it can also leave quickly. So coming in quickly isn't necessarily a benefit. I mean, that person could stay, the one that comes in quickly, they could stay. But usually when it's just for passion, they usually don't. And then we go to the 9 of Wands. Is this a 9? No, it's the 10 of Wands. You can put down your burdens. Capricorn, put down your burdens. It's time. You've done your time. You've won all of it. So you've taken care of everything that is here. Look at that heavy load. That is a heavy load. Put it down. You don't need it any longer. And if this Emperor is the one that's giving you this heavy load, this Aries, then it's time to close the chapter. Time to close the chapter with this Aries if he's putting too much of a heavy load on you and it's causing this at night. Even during the day, it could be causing this. And it's causing confusion as well. So because the World card is coming up after the Emperor, I would say that the Emperor might be part of the problem. This Aries sign might be part of the issue. The 10 of Wands is coming up under the Emperor, which tells me that he's part of the heavy load that you're carrying. This is the Palace of Wands, and that's one of the reasons that I love this deck. The Palace of Wands is it is a card of home. So the home of the Palace of Wands has butterflies, which show transformation. Wands themselves are action, and they are fiery action. So this is a house that's probably filled with lots of laughing and people that are very emoting a lot, people that are very much in conversation with each other a lot. This is also a house of passion, so there'd be lots of passions and creative things that are going on inside the home, like painting and music, and so it would be a very lively home. And this home is really thriving because everything around it, if you see everything around it in the picture, you see everything around it is blooming and beautiful. There's transformation going on here, and people are growing. So if this is your house, it seems to be thriving and growing. You're doing a great job, Capricorn, if this is your home. Then we have the Eight of Cups, and it looks like this is a card of walking away from things that no longer serve you. And you could have had to have walked away from things that no longer serve you in order to build your palace, in order to have the balance of, you know, creativity and music and art, and having people be lively, and just having a lot of love in this home, transformation, a good balanced place to live. You could have had to have walked away from things that no longer serve you. We do that all the time, and it is necessary sometimes for us to purge things from our home in order to make it more appealing to us, or to make it feel like it's our home, right? Now it's bringing you to the 10 of Cup moment, because you have done the hard work. You've done this hard work. You have done this hard work. You're going to, or have, closed the chapter and or be starting a new one, which is causing your home to flourish. So this home is now in the 10 of Cups state, or will be in the 10 of Cups state, depending on how it resonates for you. So walking away from things that don't serve you can definitely bring you joy. It can bring you abundance. It's the completion of abundance. It's happy life, happy everything, right? So children in the doorway, you can see that depiction. It's a really happy family, animals, the whole 9 yards. Everything is blooming and sunshiny and beautiful. So that can definitely happen after you walk away from the things that don't serve you. And let's face it, you know, sometimes we make friends and friendships fade into the background, relationships fade into the background, and it's just because, you know, we no longer require them. They've come to teach us what we need to know, and then they move on. Coming up after the 10 of Cups is the 2 of Wands. It looks like there's a decision coming up. Which door will you take? Which door will you take? So it's a fork in the road. It's making a decision about something that may have been in the past, because don't forget, Mercury retrograde is all about unfinished business. So this could be something that is coming from the past for you. This could be something that you just have put on the back burner for now, because you just didn't have time to deal with it, because you're building your castle and walking away and purging and, you know, those things. So coming up is going to be a decision you have to make. You're going to have to go left or right door. You're going to have to pick one. And depending on what you pick, it could change the course of your life, right? Any decision we make, anytime we make an important decision in our lives, it can change the course of our lives. It's going to throw you into the 4 of Swords. And it could be that this two of rods moment, this 2 of Wands moment, it just could exhaust you. It could be why you haven't taken care of it yet. It could be why you haven't made the decision. You're still not sure what to do. And this is the card of healing. So you could be in a state of healing after walking away from things that don't serve you and doing all that purging, building your home. You could just be exhausted. So this says here to remember that you need to be in good health in order to make good decisions. So that means mental health, physical health. That means taking care of yourself. That also means healing from any things that have come up from your past, or even, you know, that you're just dealing with in your present right now that are taking a toll on you. It's time to rest. Make sure that you remember to do that. And that is coming up in the month of November, don't forget. So something is coming up, making a choice. There's some really great things coming up for you in November, Capricorn. It looks like you're going to have a lot of happiness. You're going to be dropping burdens. You're going to be starting new. You're going to be starting a new world, essentially. Perhaps with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the passionate king. The thing about the King of Wands is he gets what he gets when he wants it, and he will just take what he wants. So he is the king who is passionate about everything, especially love. So it could be that your king is the King of Wands. That could be the person that you will be, that your new world is going to include. Next is, then you're going to go into hermit mode. So you're going to start with this healing here, and then Mr. King of Wands is going to show up on the scene, and you're not going to know what to do with it because you're just in, you know, you're in meditation mode. You're just in like peace and Zen mode, and then Mr. Passion's going to show up and just, you know, flip things on its side. And because of that, you're going to go into hermit mode. And usually when someone goes into hermit mode, they're not, they stop texting, stop talking, stop emailing. Just everything stops and you go into hermit mode because you need to think of what's coming next. Or you need to think about this dude and his presence and what it does to you when he's in your presence. He's usually very handsome, very charismatic. He's very emoting, I guess you could say, and he is the guy who is the king. He can take care of everything. He is the alpha, and he is the King of Wands. So he would be either a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries, or all of the above, depending on what's in his chart. But you are the Empress. So you get to make the decisions. You're full of abundance, pregnant with ideas, maybe a baby, definitely with creativity, and just abundant all around. And you are intuitive. So Capricorn, you do have an intuitive side to you. In fact, we all do. So you are intuitive, and this is telling you to be sure to use your intuition when you're looking at this spread here. So when you're looking about going into hermit mode, when you're looking at the King of Wands, make sure that you're using your intuition to know if this is the right person, because the passionate king can come in for just passion and then leave again. Definitely can stay, but is very I'm not going to say flighty, I'm going to say is very choosy about who he's with, but he's also gone in a flash if he needs to be. But there is going to be a celebration. So your gut is going to tell you what to do, and you are making good decisions, Capricorn. So this is going to be the outcome for you. This is going to be the happiness that you're going to experience once you make that right decision. Last card coming out. Sorry, I had a flipper who was hiding face up. And it looks like it's the 8 of Coins. So it could be someone that you met at work. Your King of Wands could be someone that you met at work. You're a hard worker. You could be overworking. You could be a workaholic, in fact. And this can also be a card of self-mastery. So self-mastery in, you know, all the things that you're doing, in loving yourself, taking care of yourself, you know, just taking care of yourself in the right way. Self-mastery, anything that you would do for the self. So taking care of your skin, eating right, sleeping right, that kind of thing. So that's all self-mastery, and that's where your reading comes to an end. So I'm going to say that it starts out with the King of Swords and runs into some confusion about who's coming back in your unfinished business. Now the thing is, this is the card of things coming back from your past, and this, oh sorry, this is coming up right next to it. So it could very well be someone that's coming from your past that you may have this this passionate time with. Now right next to that ace is the Emperor. So the Emperor could very well be the person who is coming in to offer passion to you. Don't forget though, coming right after the Emperor is closing a door and opening a new one to a new life. So this stuff that's going to go on with the passion and the Emperor could very well be something that's going to happen, and then you're going to be out. So it could just be, you know, just not for a long time. Perhaps you just needed that unfinished business before you close the chapter. Because after that, and after after you're walking away from things that do not serve you any longer, I do see after your purge that your home just flourishes. I see that there's, you know, look at the happiness, you know, the 10 of Cups happiness, right? The making of a decision to take care of yourself could very well be in order. And it looks like that coming up, there may be someone who is like a king of wands who is coming up. Don't forget, you are intuitive and you need to use your intuition in order to make these good decisions here, and it will end up favorably. Will end up in your favor. When you have the 3 of Cups come up, it's usually because of a celebration. Don't forget to drop your burdens. You don't have to carry these anymore. You've done all of this already. So you don't have to carry that anymore. I am just going to pull one more card, and I think it's going to be from the Oracle. What's it called? Wisdom of the Oracle cards. I'm just going to pull one Oracle for you. We'll see how it ties in here. Just a little bit more information for you for the first half of November. Happy, happy. Look at that, right? Which kind of goes along with this, right? Happy, happy. So I'm just going to grab the book here because I don't necessarily know. So this is 26, so 2 and 6 is 8. Let me just one moment here. 26. 26. There we go. Just got to grab my specs. There you go. All right. So it looks like joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. And she looks pretty content, does she not? She looks pretty content, standing on top of something that she can unlock with a key. She has a key in her hand, and yeah, she looks pretty happy. It does indicate here that this is a time to take pride in your accomplishments. You're doing great work, you're providing exceptional service, and you're well compensated for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember that partnership with Spirit is... Remember, your partnership with Spirit is in this moment as well. And your soul has always known you could accomplish anything you brought that brings out your joy. There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with, and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, to care for another without wanting anything in return. This kind of happy that you just want to share. Isn't that wonderful? Happy, happy. Ah. It's a beautiful card. I just love the depictions. So it looks like this is going to be a good first half of the month for you. And the cards are indicating that as long as you put down your burdens, and as long as you are purging the things that you do not need, that you no longer need in your life, that your home is going to flourish as long as you rest. So just be aware that your health could take a turn if you're not resting and taking care of yourself. That's it. That's it for the first half of November, and it sounds pretty good, Capricorn. So again, I'm so sorry for not getting that October reading out to you, but please accept my apologies. And good news is now I can do tarot for full time, so there shouldn't be any more delays in these readings for you. If you need a private reading, please check the description box below. It'll give you an email address where you can email me, and there's some pricing there as well. Going into the new year, I'm going to be doing Skype sessions as well, so I will come up with a pricing for Skype sessions so we can do live sessions one day a week. I'll be offering live sessions, or 2. We'll see how popular they are, and they will be a different pricing than the pricing that you see below. Thank you very much for coming, for subscribing, for being part of my crew, for being part of this little family that we have here on YouTube. And I've just noticed that everybody that makes comments is just so uplifting and wonderful, and it helps to uplift me. It makes me want to come back here and do these readings all the time. So happy 1st of November to you. It's just right around the corner. I hope you have a great end to your October. And coming up this week will be also your weekly wisdom. So watch for that. Thank you, Capricorn, and have a good week. Thanks. Bye.